But people on the street, they just spit. They spit everywhere. And you know what he did? Stepped on his own spit with his shoe and then like Bing, bing, bing. PDA on campus is insane. Like the campus has a lot of like hidden spots where you can do all the nasty things. Like why in the library in front of me? Yeah, that's my question. Why in front of me, bro? Outdoor, indoor, basement, elevator, everywhere, toilet. Oh my god, toilet? No. Toilet horror stories, like some are absolutely hello. They call me Maney. And I was like, oh. He also called her Maney. Like that was the most humbling moment of my life. Happy to go to the cafe again and yap. They're gonna take my delivery. What's the weather today? Shanghai. I grew up in Jakarta where it's 33, 34 degrees Celsius. I'm pretty sure I can handle 32 today. I'm so happy. I brought my fan just in case because last time it was super hot. Let me show you guys what this street is. Oh, hi. There's a bus. 有一个 Nike store. 也有 Adidas. So I'm at High Street, which is very well known for House of Mason, right? That's number one. 然后有给你们看有一个 Miniso Pink. I think it's the only Miniso in China that has, you know, 3 stories worth of pink. 现在太晒了, oh my god. I got new glasses. Do you like it? It covers my whole... It covers half of my face, honestly. Miniso Pink. Oh shit. I walked past the cafe, man. You might be wondering, Matt, why are you wearing long sleeves in summer? It's called a UV protection jacket, Bestie. Which is pretty ironic because, you know, I'm using it to protect myself from UV. But look at my lower body, bro. Yeah, I'm wearing a skirt. I'm not protecting my lower half. This cafe is for real a hidden gem. It's literally hidden behind all of those big buildings that I just showed you just now. The weather today is actually so nice because it's quite cloudy, which means it's not super sunny and I'm not exactly toasted. Actually, never mind, this cafe is a bit chilly, so... My drink is here. I feel like I'm wearing like a yoga jacket, like I'm ready to go to a Pilates class, which by the way, I've never tried Pilates before. I would love to try. Just when and with who. Cheers! This is honey, lemon, 气泡水. Yeah. Oh, that was not as satisfying as I thought. That's so sour. That's insanely sour. I did not expect that. Damn, that woke me up for real. Cheers. Okay, so hi, welcome to the series of Mett's Yapping Sesh, where I yap about my life, university, internship, Shanghai, Suzhou, everything in China as a foreigner Gen Z. So yeah, I'm an international student in Suzhou, China, but currently I am interning in Shanghai at an investment research firm. Before we start, I just want to put a disclaimer that to give you some context, I am Chinese Indonesian, Chindo, as you would call it, and I am from Jakarta. And bear in mind, these culture shocks are super random. Like it could be something about like transportation at the MRT or like PDA on campus. So it's super random, right? And one more thing I want to emphasize is that the thing about culture shocks is that they are not inherently bad or good. It's literally just like its name. It's a shock towards a different culture because you are not familiar or you are not used to that kind of lifestyle or habit. So please don't hate on any country or nationality because we all have our pros and cons. Let's just be real, right? Okay, so random culture shock number 1 is the spitting. Okay, this is so random indeed, but people on the street, they just spit. They spit everywhere, right? They're like llamas. Okay, not to compare people with llamas, but there was this one vivid memory I had where I was at the MRT station, right, just waiting for the subway as a normal random person would. Okay, so I saw this uncle, right, like beside me queuing to get into the MRT. And number one, I already knew that he was gonna spit, or God knows he might even throw up, because he kept like, okay, I can't make the ASMR sound, but you can imagine, you know, he has something stuck in his throat. What's funny is that before he spits, he actually like looked left and right just to check if no one was looking. And you know what he did? Oh my god, he literally just spat on the ground, like the MRT ground, like the, oh my god, like the floor, man. That's not even the worst part. You know what he did next? He literally stepped on his own spit with his shoe and then like pew 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 did that just to like clean off his tracks, as if to like delete the evidence. And I'm like, sir, first of all, number one, that's illegal. Actually, I don't know if it's illegal, but like in my brain, that's like, oh my god, insane. Number two, that's super unhygienic and insane. Like, and then me and my friend saw it, and we were like, no words exchanged. Like, I literally could hear her thoughts, like what just happened. And then this uncle, oh my god, I aspire to be the level of audacity this uncle has. Like, he just, after he cleaned that spit off the floor, cleaned the spit off the floor with his shoe, which by the way, I feel kind of bad for his shoe. And he just like did that, and he just walked off with the most confident, like heads high, shoulders back type of confidence. And I'm like, okay, sir, I aspire to be as confident as you, but like, the spitting, interesting. But other than that one scenario, you generally see like, okay, like the older generation spit randomly in public, like on the streets, etc. Yeah, that's just a culture shock. Okay, the next random culture shock that I saw was people just squatting everywhere, like squatting on the ground while waiting for like food, for the MRT, for the train, for like anything. And like what amazes me is that honestly this is an impressive culture shock for someone who can't squat. I cannot squat. I don't know if my ankle lacks a certain cartilage, or I lack the bone or like the extra muscle or something, but I cannot, like, you know how you squat? I'll put a diagram here, I don't know. You know how you squat and like your whole feet, right? Like the whole sole of the shoe is on the ground. I can't do that. Like I would be squatting and like half of my foot would be floating, because I just can't land 90 degrees horizontal on the ground. Like, how do you guys do that? I tried. I can't. Is it because I'm fat? And for my girlies out there, squatting is actually such an important life skill here in China, because 99%, okay, not 99%, but like a lot of the public toilets would be squatting toilets. And like for someone who can't squat, bro, I can't poop squatting. Like, how do you do that? And also the toilets don't have tissue, so please everyone bring your own pocket tissue, because most public toilets won't provide tissue. Not to mention the toilet horror stories, like some are absolutely unspeakable. A lot of the public toilets now are like improved, like they are clean and standardized, etc. But there are still cases where you walk in and it's like, whoop, jump scare. There's just like a mountain of shit like waiting there for you, saying hello. The next random culture shock is the lack of work-life balance. Now, in my previous video, I actually talked about working overtime. Like, honestly, my overtime is still considered okay, you know, like 40 minutes, ranging anywhere from 40 minutes to 2 hours. But the thing about work culture in China is that they are literally quite 24/7. I remember like in my first internship, I contacted, so everything is on WeChat, right? That's another culture shock. Like they even exchange business cards, sending contracts, PDF files, etc. on WeChat. That's how reliable WeChat is, honestly. But there's also a lot of scams. And also, they're always fast response. Like, you text them something, literally within the same minute, they text you back. I wish my crush would text me that fast, but sadly, I don't have a crush. Thirsty. Okay, so funny story. When I first came to China, I wasn't that fluent in Chinese. And all the sellers, like all the vendors in stores, etc., everyone, they call me Meini. And I was like, ooh, you really think so? And so I was there lining up for my bubble tea. I was like, ooh, the shuaige at, you know, like the cashier shuaige, he just called me Meini. And I was like, ooh, yo, is this the start of my romance era or whatever? But then as soon as I went to the side and then the next customer went in line, which was also a girl, he also called her Meini. Like, oh. That was the most humbling moment of my life. And then that's where I found out that, oh, everyone calls you 美女 and 帅哥. Okay, 美女 for like a young girl, essentially like, I don't know, 20s, 30s, right? And then 帅哥 for young men in their 20s and 30s. Yo, bro, speaking of WeChat, one thing that I was like kind of shocked when I first came here was, why is everyone's WeChat name so different? Like, it's so random variety. Like, some girl, like, I remember one of the first friends that I added, her name was Oreo 蛋糕, Oreo cake.
Her name is not Oreo cake.
Almost zero people actually put their real names on their WeChat contact, except for us foreigners, because like we just put our real names, right? Like, what am I gonna name myself? Honey lemon soda water? God, that's actually a good idea. Maybe I should rename myself to 蜂蜜柠檬气泡水. Oh, speaking of WeChat, one culture shock is the profile photos. Like, people here edit their photos like insane. And inherently, there's nothing wrong with editing your pictures. It's just that, wow, I've stepped into China and like the editing apps is insane. Like, I could morph my face into a different person. Like, I could get plastic surgery for free, basically, with just an app. Oh my god, they look drop dead gorgeous. And if anything, I want to text them and be like, hey, could you teach me how to edit my photos? So yeah, well, there's nothing inherently wrong with editing your photos. It's just a culture shock because in Indo, at least in Jakarta, people edit their photos for sure. Like, I edit my photos, but not to the extent of the Chinese girls here. Honestly, major kudos to them. I want them to teach me, man. Ooh, lastly, I didn't expect this, but PDA on campus is insane. Like, they are going at it, you know? Whether that be in the classroom, in the library. Oh my god, especially the library. Like, why are you guys PDAing in the library out of all places? Like, the campus has a lot of, like, hidden spots where you can do all the nasty things. Like, why in the library in front of me? Yeah, that's my question. Why in front of me, bro? Oh my god, I sound so pity and salty. But no, I actually enjoy being single right now. It's just a culture shock because I guess in Indo, the PDA is there in malls, etc., but not as evident and obvious as in China. Okay, I don't know about other cities, but at least in Suzhou and Shanghai, well, particularly in Suzhou because I go to school there, but in the classroom and on campus, like in the gardens, etc., like outdoor, indoor, basement, elevator, everywhere, toilet. Oh my god, toilet? No. Now that's the good side of PDA. There's also the bad side of PDA. Now you might be wondering, Matt, what do you mean PDA could be bad? I mean the fighting, like couples fighting, screaming at each other, throwing things at each other. Oh yeah, that happens on campus. Oh my god. In the basement, out of all places, it's always the car parking lot. I guess like that's the most private space you could get. But yeah, the girl, they just be like screaming at the guy. I don't understand because they speak too fast. And me and my friend like, oh wow, it's just a culture shock, I guess, because you don't see that in Jakarta at least, or maybe I haven't seen it, I don't know. Okay, maybe let's talk a little bit about the academic life because Chinese people, they are hella ambitious, which is such a good thing to learn from if you're lazy and unproductive. If you are like that. But yeah, these people do be coming at the library as soon as it opens at like 7 a.m. and they be staying the whole day studying, doing work, etc. until like 10 p.m. when the library closes. And even after the library closes, they would just go to like random buildings in our school because our buildings are open, right? As long as you have our student ID card, you can enter the building, and they would find empty classrooms to continue their studying. And I'm just like, oh, it can't be me. Like, I'm ambitious. I'm gonna be real. I'm super ambitious. If you can see from my content, like most of it, it's all like internship related, studying related. Like, I'm very much a career oriented person, but my ambitious level, oh my god, nowhere near as them. They are on the next level. Okay, so this next culture shock actually makes me appreciate and miss home so much because in Indo, the service employees, like whether that be a cafe, a restaurant, or like any public place that you go to with the like service employees, right, attendants, etc., they are so friendly. Like Indonesian people, they are so warm and friendly. Like, they greet you, smile at you. Like, seriously, I miss that. But then in China, you walk into a restaurant, they don't care. They don't care, bro. Like, they don't treat customers as king. Except for Haidilao though. Haidilao, top tier, chef's kiss. Mwah. But yeah, like most Chinese restaurants that you walk into, like they would be screaming. They would be screaming at each other. That's how you know the food is good, when literally all the employees are shouting. So sometimes their voices could be quite loud, or like they could come off as unfriendly or a bit aggressive, but that's just normal, girl. That just indicates the food there is good. You're at the right place. Okay, so that is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. So yeah, I actually have to get back now because I have to go back to the office. Oh my god. It is, what time is it? Oh my god, it's 1 p.m. already. I only have 30 minutes left and I haven't had lunch. But yeah, if anything resonates with you in this video or I just made you smile randomly, please consider subscribing and giving this video a like. Actually, could you comment your culture shocks in China that probably I forgot or missed, or maybe it's a new thing that I haven't experienced yet. And that is all for today. Take care and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye bye.